My phone rings off the hook. My email is jam-packed with stories from black parents and mothers and fathers across America. Dr. Umar, my son came home from school today. He said he thinks he wants to be a girl. Dr. Umar, my daughter came home from school today. She decided she wants to be a boy. Brothers and sisters, this is not about sex. This is about global depopulation. Special education is the highway to mass incarceration. Special education is the highway to mass incarceration. I wish your Mayor Eric Adams was here right now, because I got a question for Mayor Eric Adams, and it's the same question I have for Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. How in the hell did you find money to bring tens of thousands of anti-African migrants to New York City and pay for them to sleep in the hotels, pay for them to be fed, pay for them to get health care, pay for them to get money? How are you able to do that when New York City is the highest black homelessness rates? How are you able to do that when New York City has one of the highest black unemployment rates? You mean to tell me, Eric Adams, that as a black man, you will take the tax money from black New Yorkers and give it to immigrants who don't even like black people? And then you will even ask black people to open up their homes to immigrants? And you will pay them $125 a night for letting a non-English speaking, non-African liking immigrant stay in the house? Well, why can't we bring homeless black people in our house for $125? Why can't we bring homeless black children in our house for $125? Why can't we bring homeless black mothers in our house for $125 a night? New York City, I hope you're paying attention, and I hope your brothers and sisters in Chicago are paying attention. You are being ethnically cleansed right before your eyes.
And paying for it.
Right before your eyes. And why are they trying to ethnically cleanse black people out of New York City? Why are they trying to ethnically cleanse black people out of Chicago? Because you are the two largest black cities in the United States. You are the two most conscious black cities in the United States. You are the two most economically empowered black cities in the United States. And guess what? The Democratic Party is tired of depending on black votes in order to get elected. So that's why Joe Biden said, right before he got sworn into office, he wants to fast track 6 million illegal immigrants to U.S. citizenship. Do you want to know why? Black men don't vote, and we ain't going to vote because we ain't got a damn thing to vote for. So Joe Biden says, since black men don't want to vote for white people who are not going to do anything for them, we're going to bring in millions of immigrants, and we're going to make them into U.S. citizens. And we're going to give them the right to vote so they can replace black men at the ballot box. There's black women who have decided they had enough of getting their vote exploited by the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. So Joe Biden and the Democrats have decided we're just going to bring illegal immigrants in. We're going to gentrify New York, push the black people out, so we don't have to beg black people to get a vote that they know is not going to serve them. We can instead depend on these immigrants to vote for us. Brothers and sisters, y'all got to hold Eric Adams accountable. Y'all might got to occupy City Hall. Y'all might have to stop the trains from running. You might got to stop the buses from running. You're going to have to get the attention of your local government, because if you don't stop Eric Adams, and if you don't stop Joe Biden, and if you don't stop the New York City racist white power structure, in 20 years, there may not be none of you left.
Genocide.
And then on top of cleaning black people out of New York, on top of switching black people out of New York for immigrants, in addition to getting rid of us while they finance and empower brown people who don't like black people, we have a transgender agenda for black children. We have a transgender agenda for black children. We have a transgender agenda for black children. I told you 10 years ago. I told you 13 years ago when I first came to New York City. The LGBT movement is not about gay sex. It's not about the right to choose. It's not about a romantic revolution. The LGBT movement only had one goal, and that was to brainwash and indoctrinate black children to change their sexual identity so they will no longer be able to reproduce and bring forth black children. New York, understand something. When a child gets a sexual surgery, that was a sexual castration. When a girl removes her fallopian tubes and decides to get an artificial penis, when she decides to go back to being a woman, she'll never be able to get pregnant. When a boy decides to take hormone pills and go through psychosurgery and get his testicles removed and replace it with a fake vagina, when he decides he's ready to be a man again, he will not be able to impregnate a woman. Isn't it ironic that 150 years ago, white people used to hang black men from trees? In fact, they still do some places. And when they would hang us, they always castrated us. They removed our penises from our body. Isn't it ironic that now they have brainwashed the children, that you have black children running to the doctor, running to the surgeon, running to the hospital to get their penis voluntarily removed, get their vagina voluntarily removed, get their breasts voluntarily removed. New York City, you have to watch what your children digest. Please watch their books, watch their social media. My phone rings off the hook. My email is jam-packed with stories from black parents and mothers and fathers across America. Dr. Umar, my son came home from school today. He said he thinks he wants to be a girl. Dr. Umar, my daughter came home from school today. She decided she wants to be a boy. Brothers and sisters, this is not about sex. This is about global depopulation. The same reason they dropped COVID off in New York City. COVID was about global depopulation, transgender, global depopulation, mass incarceration, global depopulation, and the migrant crisis in New York City is global depopulation. The way the white power structure. Once we get rid of black people, we can send the brown people back home. American Africans, I need you to understand something. American Africans, I need you to understand something. American Africans, I need you to understand something. You are the only non-white people in America who cannot be deported. You are the only non-white people in America who cannot be deported. You are the only non-white people in America who cannot be deported. If our African immigrant brothers and sisters get out of hand, they can send them back to Africa. If Cuban brothers and sisters get out of hand, they can send them back to Cuba. If African Latinos get out of hand, they can be sent back to the Dominican Republic, to Puerto Rico. If Chinese or Koreans get out of hand, they can be sent back to Asia. But if you get out of hand, there's nowhere to send you, because slavery destroyed your psychological, spiritual connection to your ancestral homeland. So in order to get rid of black people, you have to commit genocide. You have to kill them all, brothers and sisters. And that's what they're trying to do. Kill us all. What has Donald Trump done for black people? Nothing. What has Joe Biden done for black people? Nothing. What did George Bush do for black people? Nothing. What did Barack Obama do for black people? Nothing. What did Bill Clinton do for black people? Nothing. What did Bush Sr. do for black people? Nothing. What did Ronald Reagan do for black people? Nothing. What did Jimmy Carter do for black people? Nothing. What did Gerald Ford do for black people? Nothing. Nothing.